Hey, this is TimmyG. Welcome to my updated video on how to record a mix while streaming. I've made 3 videos on this topic so far, and maybe you're sick of these videos, but there is a reason. So, in my last video, I showed you guys this Behringer USB audio interface, and it is great. So it has, you can basically do an RCA input from your DJ controller to your computer and record the audio that way. Now, when I bought this at the time, it was around $40. I just checked Amazon; it's around $75. So, I think it's pretty expensive just for the capabilities you're getting right here. So now I'm going to recommend a new method, which is with the Phoenix Pro mixer that they sent me in the mail, which is great. But it's a great way to record a mix. It costs around $100, maybe a little less, but it can record your mix easily, and it can do so much more. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to record a mix with this Phoenix Pro PTX10 USB mixer. All right, so right here I have my DDJ 1000 and then the Phoenix Pro mixer. So this is the Phoenix Pro mixer right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my RCA output and input it into channels 3 and 4 on the mixer. And if you can see, this right here is connected to my computer. So I'm going to do that right now. I'll put this on the left deck. The cable I'm going to use here is an RCA to a dual TS, so one for each channel. So this will allow us to have a stereo output. Some of the videos that I've done, you can only do a mono output, and we want a stereo output because we're almost all going to be DJing in stereo. So anyway, I'm going to move this to the side right now, along with the cable. So what we want to do is I want to get my Master 2. Let's see if you guys can see that. Nope, it's out of frame. So it's this output right here, Master 2. Okay, and I'm going to plug in my RCA cable right here. If you're ever unsure which one to plug in where, I always remember it as red goes to right, and then whatever the other one is, black or white, goes to the left. So I'm going to put this back down. Hopefully it looks okay. You can see this mess of wires that I have right here. Anyway, now I'm going to take the mixer. Here's the other end of that wire. Okay, and then once again, I'm going to go plug into channels 3 and 4. This is the stereo option here. And I'll plug in red right and the other one left. So now, the audio coming from the DDJ 1000 is going in here. And we control the volume, channels 3 and 4, the stereo volume right here on this knob right here. So now I'm going to go to my computer. I have DJ Pro 2 loaded right here, and I am currently doing my SoundCloud subscription. So I have my 2 tracks, Irish Rhythm and A Major Problem, loaded, and I can see that the tempo was wrong for A Major Problem. So anyway, I'm going to go to Preferences and just double check to make sure that the DDJ 1000 is my output. So if I go to Devices, I see that the DDJ 1000 is my main output. This is what we're going to be recording. Okay, and then the software I'm going to use to record is Logic Pro. That's just what I'm the most comfortable with. In my other videos, you can check them out. I have done GarageBand, I've done Logic Pro, and I've done Audacity. Audacity is completely free. GarageBand is completely free for anyone who has a Mac. And then Logic Pro is a more professional digital audio workstation, but it costs, I believe, $200. You could also use this with any digital audio workstation like Ableton or FL Studio, any of that stuff. This will work. So anyway, I'm going to open up Logic right now. So what I want to do is I want to make sure that my track is in stereo. If you see it that it's in mono right here, that you only see one circle, and that you click right on that circle to make it stereo. Okay, and then I want to go to Preferences and select my the Phoenix Pro mixer. Now, this mixer is called USB Audio CODEC. If you remember, this the last device, the Behringer device that I used in my last video on this, was also called this. This must be a Mac setting for an audio interface that maybe it doesn't know or whatever. Either way, this is the one that you want. So you click here, and this is already applied for me, so I don't hit apply, but you would hit apply if you can't see that. Then I want to check to see if anything's happening. So I have my tracks loaded. So I'm going to hit play. And I see nothing is happening right here. So I'm going to figure out why audio is not playing. I believe I need to have this volume up, which it is. Oh, I see why it's not playing, because I'm trying to play the left deck and my crossfader is all the way to the right. So I move my crossfader to the middle. I'm going to hit play on my left deck again. And now I have an audio signal on the computer screen, if you see that right here. It's very low, so I can adjust that either on my DJ controller by adjusting the master volume, or I can adjust it on the mixer. So I'll actually show you both. So the master volume right here, as I'm turning this up, we can see that on the computer screen, I'm getting a lot more levels here, but I see that I'm in the orange, and I'm up to 6. So I'm going to reduce the master volume here. So on my DJ controller, we're only hitting the green, and that's just to give us plenty of headroom, but it doesn't really matter. You just don't want to clip. So now on the mixer right here, I'll bring this onto the camera right here. I want to adjust this. This is the volume here. So I'm going to adjust this. I'm turning this up, and you can see on the computer screen right now that now we're getting a little bit closer. And I actually have this all the way up, and I have 8 decibels of headroom right here. So that should be plenty. So anyway, now if I don't adjust this master or this, I'll have a great recording volume. So anyway, I'm going to stop playing here. You guys can't hear this because I'm not recording this. But anyway, now, and to record this, what I'm going to do is hit this red button right here. And you might hear a metronome. For me, that was only for the count-in, but you would click here to disable that metronome. Anyway, I'm going to play Irish Rhythm. And I just hit play on the DJ controller, and you see that now we see a waveform starting to record. Okay, now I don't have my headphones plugged in. I don't have anything, so I can't really hear this. So what I'll do is I'll do just like a very awful transition. So I'll hit play on my other track. Now I couldn't hear that transition. That transition was probably terrible, but I just paused the track in DJ Pro 2. Here's DJ Pro 2. I can see that I got through my tracks. Anyway, to stop this, I would hit the space bar, or I could hit this, or there was a stop button right there. Anyway, here is my recording. So right now I see that there's space before and after the audio, so I'm going to edit that out. So I'm zooming in by hitting Alt and scrolling. And I want to get right to where the track's about to start. I'm going to hit Command T and then click out of that to split the track, and then I delete the part that I don't want. And then let's see, I'll hit Z to zoom back out. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to move my playhead right to when we stopped. I'm going to hit Command T, and then I'm going to delete that part as well. So now this is my really tiny, awful mix that I just recorded for the purpose of this video. But I'm going to play it back. You won't be able to hear, well, maybe you will be able to hear this. I'm playing it through my computer volume, so let's hear this. Oh, that was pretty loud. All right, so you might be able to hear that, so I'll stop here. But we're only getting to about 8.5, minus 8.5, I should say. In order to get that up to around 0, which will be similar to the other tracks that you have in your library, you can put on some gain or a limiter. So I'm going to put a limiter on. I typically use the adaptive limiter in Logic Pro, but you could also go down to dynamics and use just the regular limiter. But I'm using the adaptive limiter. So I want it to be stereo. That's the whole point of this video. And I'm going to turn this volume down just so it doesn't interfere with the microphone. But anyway, I'm playing this. I see I still have some more room, so I'm going to add some more gain to it. So maybe right around there. You don't want to put too much extra gain on it, because then it might distort. But you just want to make sure that it is loud enough that it'll be similar to the other tracks. You don't have to keep changing the volume up and then down, or get blasted with volume after this mix. Anyway, to export this in Logic, it's actually called bouncing. So you can just click on this, and then you see this gray bar right here. If I hit C, this will highlight that cycle range. And then to bounce, you can either go to, I don't even know how to bounce. Maybe File, file bounce. I'm just so used to doing Command B. So you want to make sure that this is highlighted for where you want to bounce it. I'll do Command B. And then to bounce this file, I will make sure that it's at the highest quality, which is for the stereo 320 kilobits per second. You can write your metadata ID 3 tags if you want, but I'm not going to. So I hit OK. I'm just going to go test video audio. I hit bounce. And now if I look at my Finder, Music, Logic Pro, bounces, test video audio, here it is. You can hear it out of the computer speakers. So that's how to record a mix using Phoenix Pro's PTX10 USB mixer with a DJ controller. Hopefully this video helped you out and you'll be recording mixes with this device or some device similar to this in no time. If you like this video or if it helped you out, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or video suggestions, be sure to leave a comment. If you want to see my DJ videos, music production videos, or original music, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Thanks a lot.